to the Voices of Leadership, a platform in which we amplify the future. This is Rofine TV, and we are here today just to discuss 1, 2, 3 about what is happening within Rofine group of schools. Rofine Field group of schools, and it has been a very interesting occasion, having 4 episodes managed by learners. And today here we are just to ensure that we redefine it a bit and make it interesting. And so in today's episode 5, we are going to have a team with us, a friend, to just take us through this greatness that we are talking about. On my back you can see something. We'll be discussing much about what is on the screen. So in today's episode we want to discuss more about how Rofine is creating the jobs that don't exist. How are we creating the jobs that don't exist? And remember, this is a learning institution. How are we doing all this? So I'm not alone. I'm with a colleague, the newest principal in town. So kindly, this is your camera. You can tell the guys about who you are.
Thank you so much, Sir Leonard. Now, good evening, our listeners. I am Miss Kimeto Sharon, the newest principal, as foresaid. I am the principal of the Rofine Senior School. Now, Sir Leonard.
Yes.
Our topic of the day could be the most exciting and a terrifying topic at the same time, because you talk of preparing learners for jobs that do not exist.
In fact, some of the parents might be complaining, asking hard questions. Why are we preparing learners for the jobs that don't exist? But why is it terrifying?
I mean, just as you've said, the parents will be asking now, are even the facilitators aware of these jobs that are yet to exist? Because looking back 15 years ago, nobody knew that jobs like AI, ethic controller would be there. These drone, do we call them the drone promoters?
Yes.
Could be there. But now look at it, they're the most, or rather the dream jobs currently.
In fact, sometimes back in the villages, there was how do you call them? The health promoters, guys moving from one place to another with medication, okay? Taking to different places just to make sure that everyone is okay. But nowadays, like in Kisumu County, and I think Kericho, part of it, guys are using drones to deliver medication. So to these guys currently, they don't have jobs. Might be.
True, it could be.
Okay.
Now, another thing, we believe that the Gen Zs, that is our current learners, by 2030, I'm sure they'll be having jobs that have never been invented. So I think our listeners, that is what we're here to talk about, to talk to you about how we are preparing our learners on jobs that are yet to be invented.
And just to start this conversation, I'll pause it, I'll take it to you, okay?
Yes.
Because you've started the conversation by talking about the jobs that don't exist, and some of our parents having that feeling of what are these in particular. To you, what are some of the jobs that don't really, or that what are some of the jobs that in the near future will be out of the market? Some of the jobs, according to you, that you feel might be out of the market.
I think a few examples of jobs that maybe will be redundant by 2030. One, for instance, is the bank tellers. We have the administrative secretaries. I know that is very common in every institution. We have secretaries, but looking at it, they are going probably to be replaced by the AI.
In fact, nowadays we have virtual what?
The virtual assistant.
The virtual assistant.
Yes.
And so
you see, they talk over the jobs, responding to messages. We also have the travel agents. Yes, we have the legal secretaries, the graphic designers. I know that is going to be a hit.
Something that happened before, sometimes back, we used to have health promoters. And the government, I think in last government also tried to bring the issue about health promoters. And sometimes back, the health promoters would walk from one home state to another, just to ensure that they're in a position to deliver medication and guidance. But right now we have some of the counties in Kenya that medication is taken to the destination by the use of drones. And sometimes, but in some other countries, we have the drone. In fact, we have a hotel that the stewards there, the hotel attendants are not there. Ni robot ndio inakuja kuletea chakula.
I think I've seen that. Now, another thing is, I think there's also need for such changes, because looking at an example of the horticultural farm, you would have that the human labor,
yes,
they would mix the chemicals, do the spraying, and you know how the climate is in there. Now, looking at the health hazards that may be brought about by that actual human labor,
yes,
I think there is need for that change. Hence, the jobs that are yet to be invented, such as the drones. And so we need those drones doing the spraying rather than the human being.
And so, for the parents that might be asking about the jobs that don't exist, we've already started this conversation.
True.
And one thing that I started by telling us that I'll explain much about this here, and yes, best school for futuristic education presented to the Rofine Field Group of Schools, powered by that one. They are here, and this is from World Scholar Summit, an event that happened in Dubai, the 31st edition. This happened in Dubai, and I think the 32nd edition will be happening in Malaysia. And something that is so great is that Rofine Field Group of Schools was awarded this as the best school in the world when it comes to the futuristic education.
Wow.
Miss. Okay, what is your take?
Now, I think this is an awesome award,
yes,
because looking at how everything runs in the Rofine schools,
yes,
I think our directors have gone an extra mile in ensuring that this is beautiful. And once again, congratulations to the Rofine Field Group of Schools,
yes,
for the best school for futuristic education.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow. So you are explaining something. How
yes,
the directors have gone out of their ways.
Yes, to ensure that the needs for these learners are catered long term, because through their vision, they have ensured that the kind of service our learners are getting reaches the global perspective. Because, for instance, look at our amenities.
Wow.
The spaces, the modern classes. What do you think about it?
Wow. The studio.
The studio in itself.
You see, already you've gone to the next part on how Rofine is filling in the gap, ensuring that there is futuristic learning happening.
True.
And it is true, when you go to our classes, we have interactive boards. We ensure that we've installed the screens in classes. Learners are in a position to interact. When they want real-time information, they get the real-time information. You see, there is something on the international campus, for instance, where learners have a place called Resource Center. And in the Resource Center, they have Wi-Fi, they have the interactive boards, they will get every information that they want across. And across the group of schools, we have resource centers.
True.
So basically, Rofine is already making big strides in redefining the future of education. Okay, and I miss about the same. What will be your take about the class approach? How teachers are teaching in class in all this spirit of redefining the future?
So actually, looking at how the needs of these learners are also catered in the classroom level, you look at it just as you've said.
Yes.
When you look at the classes in any of the Rofine field, you look at the seating arrangements. It is arranged in such a manner that it caters for differentiated learning.
Good.
Yes.
Now that differentiated learning, for the CBC guys, I think there is something about inquiry-based learning.
True.
Good.
And project-based learning.
Project-based learning.
True.
And any other learning that is there. Experiential learning. And talking about that, how do we create that differentiation in class?
Now, when you talk about the differentiated learning, you see that when you look at how scheming is done, how the lesson planning is done around the CBE schools, you find that the lessons are doctored to fit the needs of each and every learner. So you find that even the learners that are the low achievers still have their needs met. You look at how we try and achieve the CBC competencies. There's the discussion groups. We try and make sure that we are creating a confident learner who is also able to fit and thrive out there.
Wow.
Now, when you also look at the project-based learning, the practical activities. So our learners are engaged in the hands-on activities, which brings about a bridge between the practical learning and actual theoretical learning. So out here you see that we are redefining learning. We are making sure that our learners are learners that have been brought out to fit the actual job market.
And talking about learning, that has reminded me about something that used to happen before, where learners were there to be seen and teachers were there to be heard. And this completely has changed.
True.
Where now teachers here are acting as mentors and facilitators
Of learning.
Yes. As learners now take the center stage, giving thought-provoking questions, and then through this they're in a position to discuss.
True.
They're in a position to come up with even projects. And talking about projects, Mesa, we've had career days, okay, within the group of schools, and talking about the CBE schools and also the international curriculum. And the career weeks most of the time turns out to be one of the very exciting
moments for the learners. I think, Salena, that brings us to how Rofine has tried to redefine curriculum.
Yes.
The curriculum that is being offered to the learners, that is both in the CBE schools and in the IGCSE.
Yes. Tell me about last time you took a group to MKU. Was there Mount Kenya University?
Yeah, we did the MKU. We took learners that are interested, or rather that have a passion in different careers, to different career sites. So actually we are trying to make sure that we are giving these learners an experience of the job places.
Yes.
So for example, we had a career simulation week where learners were exposed to different careers. For instance, the learners were interested in flight. The flight jobs were taken to the KQ, where they had an experience of how it actually feels to be a pilot. They had a one-on-one engagement with resource personnel there, and they were able to actually have that feel of how it is to be a pilot.
Wow. And that also reminds me of a team that for the international curriculum, the IGCSE team, immediately when they were done with their exams, I think in June, July, the team went for job shadowing exercise where they were attached to different companies. There was Safaricom, Safari Park, there was the RFA hospital, there were those that were in beauty industry, there were those that were in the banking industry, and the experience was so huge that from that moment, some of the learners changed their perspective towards a particular course that they want to take. And that is how, again, we are redefining learning.
And actually it gives a learner a chance to make an informed decision on what they actually want to pursue. That again brings me to your STEAM fair. That
Should
was one. Kindly explain.
One of a kind. You see, by the way, the STEAM fair, and courtesy of the leadership of the current chief principal there. Okay, I have to use all the titles because you see,
she deserves it.
She's watching at the same time. Chief principal, courtesy of our leadership. You see, for all this time, most of the schools and most of the organizations are keen about STEM. The STEM fair, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. But when we sat down, the think tank group decided to go a notch higher and introduce arts in this, because art in most of the cases have been left behind, against our mantra that is no child left behind. So with all this, we decided now to loop in all this together, and my oh my, the experience was great. I remember we had one of the department leaders from Safaricom, and also we had a guy from Data Africa, and when they sat down and observed and followed all this, they say that they were going to sponsor 4 of the best projects, okay,
yes,
to actualization, just to ensure that these ideas come to fruition. And something interesting is we have learners that have come up with websites, apps. Wow. Okay?
Up and running.
Yes. Some also have, there is a wear shop, online wear shop somewhere that you just go and key in the details, pick what you want, and the learners are in boarding.
I mean, look at that. Because initially we have this misconception that I think it started with the 844 curriculum.
Yes.
That schools are all about memorization of content. I mean, that would have been viable in the industrial area where you would be expected to cram how something operates.
Yeah.
You just follow it.
The manual.
The manual. But now look at this. This is a different era.
Yes.
We have come to an age whereby things are now about AI, biotechnology. Things are different. So looking at how those learners even came up with those projects to a point that they were recognized by one of the biggest organizations in Kenya. I think that is an awesome experience for you guys.
But above all, that is what we are now ensuring that cuts across our group of schools. Project-based and problem-based problem-solving approach that we are really, really keen about. But now you have a team that is traveling very soon.
To Dubai.
To Dubai.
Yes.
What are some of the things that will be happening in Dubai? You have any info about what will be happening?
A lot.
Kindly. Just for the sake of viewers, what are some of the... these guys will be traveling next week.
They'll be traveling next week on Tuesday.
Yes.
And we have a lot of activities planned for our learners. One, for instance, they'll be able to visit one of the universities, or rather, a lot of universities that we've partnered with. Yes. I think you are well aware of that.
We have around 12 universities.
12 universities.
Yeah, we have, that is an area that I like most.
I know.
We have the Middlesex University, we have the Manipal University, Mudoch University, we have Munoch University, we have, there's another one, Wollongong.
No, that is a difficult name to even pronounce.
Then I've mentioned already Middlesex University. There is Manipal University. There is a Amity University. And this team should be going to Manipal University. By the way, Manipal, if you go online and Google Manipal, some of the founders of the great innovations, Nokia, Microsoft, are alumni from Manipal University. And so they are going to visit the hub of innovation. Okay?
Wow. Now, in fact, such trips are meant to even expand the thinking of the learners. They are meant to think beyond what they experience locally. So with that, they are going to get a lot of exposure.
Definitely.
Yes. Now, going back to your STEAM fair about the project, you see, that is one way of creating the jobs that were not existing, because if that learner's app is already up and running, who knew a learner can get to employ themselves and earn at this young age? That is amazing.
Talking about that,
yes,
there's a student that is also a violinist in our institution.
Wow,
and moving from one place to another. And you see, our boarding plan is very, very favorable. That you can be in school Monday to Friday, and Friday evening you go home, do your side hustles, and come back on Sunday evening or Monday morning, and we continue with everything as if nothing happened.
Nothing happened over the weekend.
Last week he was serenading guys at Opoda Farm, that is the late Raila Odinga's area, and we have another one that is also in Dubai representing Kenya, and Rofine again, on the issue about environment and conservation of the environment. You see, these are the opportunities that we are creating. It is not a matter of waiting until when you get to the age that is relevant for you to be employed and to travel. Okay?
Yes.
You can be traveling and getting employing
even
yourself.
At a young age.
Yes.
Now, your point brings us to another reason why we term Rofine as a school that offers futuristic education. I mean, look at the array of talents that our school offers. Look at Barak. He's able to actually play and move around Kenya just because of the talent that he's been able to gain. So our school offers an array of talents.
And on the same talents, we have a team that should be part of our learners that are in other academies, football academies, and even basketball academies, that should be traveling in this November, December, we have tournaments that happen in Tanzania. And soon, these guys will be going to those parts of the world.
Wow. That is great. That is awesome. Now, that actually brings us to something else.
Yes.
The holiday camp. This will be an arena where learners are able to come, experience the talent that they would wish to be in. Now, Rofine is really catering for each and every learner's needs. And I'm told that that is also going to be an opportunity for non-Rofine learners
to come
and experience.
We always give these experiences to everyone. So whoever is watching and listening, ensure that you subscribe for the Rofine Holiday Fusion Camp that should be happening between, is it?
The
11th to 21st?
To 21st.
I think 11th to 21st. So basically, ensure that you come and enroll. There are two, you can only enroll for 2 talents.
Yes.
There's the one that happens before break time, and then there's the one that happens after break time.
Yes.
So you have an opportunity to explore. And I'm told that there are around 16 or 17 different activities.
They actually quite a lot of activities to choose from.
If you are to be a student, which would be your favorite activity?
Most definitely swimming.
Oh.
Yes.
We have a swimming pool, by the way.
We do.
Olympic standard swimming pool. Just to, they should know.
True.
Okay, Olympic standard swimming pool, and all this is because of the fact that we are so keen about what you need to become when you grow up. Miss, talking about, we've already tackled building global partnership around, but there is also how we can harness on how the school is harnessing on the technology and the use of AI. I want you to look at assignments, by the way. How do we send assignments? On the CBC side, we send assignments through a different platform. Okay.
Yes.
On the international side, we also send assignments through a different platform. From our side, Google Classroom is really playing a major role. There is the Microsoft Teams that is also of great help.
Yes.
I don't know, the CBC side we have?
Now, actually, we expose our learners to a lot of avenues.
Yes.
To at least cater for their digital literacy. One, for holiday assignments, or rather for the weekend assignments,
yes.
For the lower CBC, or rather for the lower CBC and the upper CBC,
yep.
They use the CISO.
CISO.
I'm sure you've heard of that.
Initially, I thought CISO was just that thing, until when I came to interact.
Yeah, that is the beauty of learning and unlearning.
And the beauty to be at Rofine.
So for the junior school, just like you, we use the Google Classroom.
Okay.
Yes. So that is how we cater for the needs of these learners on matters digital literacy.
And with the same digital literacy, and as we harness all this, there is a moment that we also take learners through how to use how to be ethical as they interact with the digital platforms.
Yes.
Because you see, by the end of it all, parents will always ask, and I've had this any moment that we are having sessions with the parents or the new parents. A parent will ask you, I give my child a laptop, and what if they want to go to TikTok or Instagram? How will we monitor that? And my response has always been as easy as what we offer. That see, one, we want to make this learner to be responsible. And so with the responsibility, you know when to use which platform.
Yes.
How to interact with it. But above all, we've also made our learners to understand the culture that we have. That the gadget can only be used at a particular time. And this is basically for the international curriculum.
Oh, yes.
The gadget can be used at a particular time. You can't use it all the time. And whenever you have it in class, it is purely for learning. That is what.
Now that brings me to another way in which Rofine has ensured that learners are equipped with digital literacy. The talent, coding and robotics.
Wow. Initially, I didn't know how to differentiate coding and robotics. Up to now, I'm still learning. I think on 11th to 21st, I will be going for that particular session.
Yes.
Just to understand coding and robotics.
What is the difference?
you can comment on the just comment down on what is the difference between coding and robotics. I don't know. Help me on this. You can explain much about anything that happens about coding and robotics. If we can
I
go through it.
I think just like you, I'll join you.
Thank you.
Learning.
So you see, on coding and robotics, by the way, I saw learners working on some of the small machines around, trying to work on the excavators around.
Yes.
Trying to imagine the future that is there, and I was wondering, how can this translate to the things that we are now having in the world, only to be told that it is a process. There is the first software that they need to use to interact with at an early age, and then progress to the next one, and now to the sophisticated apps.
Oh,
yes.
So this thing is a progression.
Yes.
Wow.
That is the knowledge that I have about it.
Coding and robotics. You actually have to join them to actually know how to use these softwares.
I should be doing that. And Miss, even as we wrap it up, there's something that I wanted to understand. In all this trying to be futuristic, there is also the approach that we need to is about the teacher, the facilitator, the mentor in class. How is Rofine ensuring that this teacher is equipped with the right knowledge, the right information in this ever-changing world? Because the world is really, really changing, okay? And you can see how you are taught sometimes back is totally different with how it is right now.
What's happening right now?
Yes. So how is Rofine packaging itself to ensure that we really, really redefine learning? How are teachers being taken through all this process?
Now, what happens? Rofine has ensured that these teachers have had constant training. For example, when CBC was rolled out,
yes.
This was a gray area for each and everyone, the implementers, even the stakeholders. Now, what happened is our school, rather our directors, ensured that these teachers were exposed to an array of training. So we had trainers from the KICD who took the teachers through different pedagogy on CBC, different instructional approaches, and I think up to now we can confidently say that our teachers are well and rather proper implementers of CBC.
And you see, you've mentioned that part of the professional development that is so interesting, because every time we have the curriculum design changing, every now and then, for those who are used to the old syllabus, things are changing.
Things are changing.
And for the international, the framework keeps on changing. And so we have to keep the pace. We have to match that particular pace. And yeah, true. The directors and the team itself are so keen in ensuring that collaboration, in fact, is also important in this. Because when we share knowledge, when we share ideas, we learn.
Yes.
That is the beauty of Rofine, because here, Rofine is an acronym.
True.
You can go and explain, please.
I think now, before I even explain the acronym Rofine, we also ensure that these learners are getting everything that is properly articulated. We ensure that as we plan ourselves on our delivery, we ensure that we harmonize everything that is going to be delivered to these learners, one, by ensuring that these teacher schemes are the same. The lesson plans are prepared according to different departments. They actually prepare it before the week starts, so that as the week runs, all the learning resources to be used during the lesson delivery are the same. Everything.
Wow.
The progression of learning during the lesson is the same. So we ensure that each and every learner, be it in stream A or stream B to C, are experiencing the same thing in the learning process.
Do we have a quality assurance team that also helps in supervising or checking on how the delivery is happening?
We actually have that in two avenues, I can say. One, we do lesson observation to the team, that is the schools management has frequent lesson observation, where we look at how learners, how the teachers are delivering and give them proper feedback.
Wow.
After the feedback has been given, we do a follow-up. and see whether the feedback was taken and how these learners are faring on. We do that. We also have the head of quality assurance around.
Is it that Sabi?
Sabi, that
Sabi.
is Sabi.
Yeah.
And he's very instrumental in making sure that everything is aligned.
Yes.
So thanks to him, everything is going on well on this side. Yes, so thumbs up. Going back to the Rofine acronym.
Yes. Yeah.
Talking of letter R.
Yes. I am respectful. Yes, and then I am
orderly.
I am polite. Oh, polite, you change the tone.
Yeah, you change the tone.
Polite.
I'm polite.
And then from polite, then we go to I am
happy.
Okay, let me make it better. I'm happy.
Yes.
Then from happy, I'm incorruptible. That means that I cannot be influenced in any way.
True.
Okay, then or to do the wrong thing. I cannot be influenced in any way.
To do the wrong thing, but right things, well.
Definitely. Then from N.
You are not worthy.
Not worthy. And then from noteworthy, we go to
enthusiastic.
Wow.
That is amazing.
So when you are here, you have to be respectful, you have to be happy.
True.
And you see, it is true that now the KICD and the Ministry of Education is really keen about value-based learning. And I remember in one of the events that we had, one representative from KICD was more of, you should be the model school for the value-based learning, because it starts from the acronym.
True.
And that is how we are imagining the future. Because think of a child that is responsible. So unataka ukimwacha mtoto nyumbani.
Responsible, you don't come back, find chaos.
That is it.
Yeah.
And what if you decide to have the child travel? By the way, we are having a grade. Is it which grade? There's a particular child that is traveling to Dubai. A child age, think a child in grade 4 or I don't know grade 3 from Diani going to Dubai.
Wow.
Okay, without the parents' help, and it's going to be there from 11 to 16.
Wow. But another thing that excites me about our school is that look at the confidence learners portray. Especially in our events, you find that a creche learner, a PP2 learner, PP1 learner can stand confidently in front of a crowd and actually make a speech. That is amazing.
No, the last time you had that, it was a challenge.
You didn't know. I mean, the only time I would appear in front of people was, I think, way after high school.
Wow.
Now you see, this goes a long way to show that our school is redefining the future. It is making sure that it is bringing up leaders who can actually speak out there confidently with the values, who can actually vouch for good things in the community.
By the way, Ms. Sharon, there's something happening on the 5th of December. 5th of December, we are having the concert for the international campus. And something interesting, because you talked about the opportunity that we give to the learners. The film, yes, I need not to this. I'm not the one to announce this officially. There will be a forum for that, but just to give guys a glimpse of it, there is a team of learners, around 33, that have been participating on the film. And from the script to directing, purely we had a team of learners. And you know the director's name on that particular for the film was Sasha Robbie.
That is a learner?
Yes.
Wow.
A student in year 10, controlling everything. Cut! Move to the next scene. Let's move and coordinate.
From the drafting of the script to coordinating the production, that is amazing. You see, that goes to show that actually cognitive resilience is what we've instilled in these learners, because being in school is not just about passing examination, it's about actually gaining other skills. So if you can see that, in fact, that is another opportunity for coming up with these jobs that don't exist for these learners, because I mean that is a job already.
Yeah.
Because the learner can sit down, think, come up with a play, train the rest, and from scripting to production. That is amazing, Sir Leonard.
And if it goes through, you think? Sorry for cutting you short.
No, I think we should empower more learners to do that.
In fact, if you look at the whole plan, if everything goes as planned, then you might be seeing Rofine productions soon on Netflix.
Wow.
We
look forward to that.
Yeah, and that is So interesting. Same to the team, by the way. I told us when we started that this is the 5th edition, the 5th episode. The first 4 were purely managed by learners across the campuses.
This is amazing.
From Diani to Kamulu to international to main school. And also we had another young one in KG. KG, kindergarten.
Our crash babies, the PP1s, PP2s, also a part of this. Now,
yes,
this is amazing.
Yes.
The confidence I told you.
That is what we are really keen about, and I've had some experiences with parents.
Yeah.
You will definitely get this when you'll be having the new parents who are wanting to join the sixth
to enroll to the senior school. Yes.
You'll get the statement of, I have met 1 or 2 of your students, and wow, I like how they express themselves.
They articulate themselves.
The articulation is so great.
Wow.
Now,
you've mentioned senior school.
Yeah.
Now, parents, just as we said, our senior school, the Rofine senior
Look at
school.
that camera.
Thank
and
you so
talk
much.
to them. Tell them.
Now, our Rofine senior school
yes.
is in Kamulu, just near our Kamulu campus, that is the primary.
Yes.
Now, the progress of the construction is almost, we are the final stages.
In fact,
we'll actually be winding up in 2
painting is done and everything is ready.
So it's just about, making the place tidy and everything. And of course, we shall be having our open day before the month ends. That will be communicated.
Wow.
And all parents, kindly, you're welcome. Bring on your neighbors, your friends, churchmates.
With the student, bring also the students. Yeah.
But of course, when the parent comes, that desire to be a part of us will eventually be triggered, and I'm sure they'll bring the learners.
Yes.
Yeah, that is amazing. Now, we are going to offer triple pathways. That is the 3 pathways. One, we have the STEM.
Which one did you use again?
Triple pathway.
Okay.
Yes.
Triple pathway. Yeah.
We have the STEM. That is the science.
Yes.
I know you know that.
STEM, we have science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
Number 2, we have the arts and sports science. That will, of course, have a number of tracks in. And the last, we have the social sciences. So
wait. You're moving very fast.
I should slow down.
Arts
and sports science.
So the sports arena that we have will really take good care of those who are in art and sports.
Actually, we are also going to have our sports arena the other side. So
the sports arena too?
Yes, we are going to have our sports arena too.
Wow.
Yes.
And explain to me something. People believe that art and sports, okay, let me talk about arts. Whenever someone thinks about arts, to them is about drawing, and to some is about dancing only.
Not really.
I think this needs to be very clear to our parents, that even sports does not mean it's going to play.
Yes.
You can become a sports commentator.
True. You can become this sports nutritionist.
Yes.
Yeah. For the arts, it's not just about drawing. We have the theater. We have the filmmakers.
Hallelujah.
So it encompasses a lot of careers inside it, which of course we shall come and, preempt it.
Yeah.
Once we have our curriculum workshop that is to be prepared for the parents and of course for the learners. Now, number 3, we've talked about the social sciences.
That is now the part that you want to explain.
Number 3.
Social sciences.
No, of course, we shall come and explain all that, the different tracks inside social sciences. When we start. Now, our senior school is going to be all boarding. So we need to have adequate time with the learners and make sure that they are getting everything that the school has prepared for them.
Wow.
And actually looking at the boarding section, the other side, it is state of the art.
The international standards.
Sure.
Yes.
The rooms are, sizable.
Spacious.
The beds are amazing.
Wow.
Actually, they're going to have even washing machines.
Yeah.
They don't have to, of course, it's good to learn how to wash, but this is a world of technology. We ought to make things easy. For them to have adequate time to learn. So I'm telling you, our senior school is going to be amazing.
So basically, there's no washing.
Actually, there is a modern senior school. I mean, what do you expect?
And definitely coming from Rofine, you have to have that statement. Definitely coming from Rofine.
Definitely coming from Rofine.
We are keen with standards. We are keen with quality. And we are keen with what we
giving the best services to the learners.
And that is why we were voted as the best,
the futuristic
learning center in the world, not in Kenya.
I know.
But talking about that
globally.
Before going to that, sorry for cutting you short.
No
viewers also need to understand that we were voted as the best school in innovation and creativity. in Kenya? During the teachers, world teachers, I want to request the camera person to, if the trophy is there, if the trophy is there somewhere, it must be somewhere. Yeah, somewhere.
This should be it.
Yeah, the bigger one.
The bigger one.
No. That one is I'm allowed to stand. For this one, I'll break all the protocols that are there. Recognition of
That is it.
Wait, yeah.
I think I should be allowed to hold that.
Please hold it. Hold it. Okay, let's all hold it.
Oh yes.
Yeah, sorry. This was awarded, by the way, to award of recognition. This purely was awarded to the Rofine International as chief. The chief principal, Miss Jackie Walker, and for innovativeness and creativity in curriculum delivery.
Wow.
With Rophine Field International emerging the best school in the country, innovation and creativity.
That is amazing.
Alafu akatumia the right word, experiential learning. That's as in we are the headquarter of that.
Experiential learning.
Yes. So with this, with this trophy, and with others that we have around, understand that we are the center of creativity, the center of innovation, and we are purely ensuring that futuristic learning takes place now, preparing children for the jobs that don't exist.
That's true.
Because very soon we will be having products courtesy of our learners getting into the market, and you never know, they might be the new Mark Zuckerberg.
True.
Who knows?
We are hoping for the best because we know our learners are capable and up to the task.
I'll request you just to give us final thoughts, by any chance, or you're done?
Actually, maybe I could just leave one to my learner and every other listener out there. Now, as we prepare you for the future, I want you to make sure that you're harnessing just a few 3 soft skills that are going to guide you through, especially now that we're preparing you for a future that has jobs that, as at now, do not even currently exist. So number 1, kindly have, or rather try and come up with, have critical thinking. Learn to question everything. If you go to a new environment, make sure that you're asking, who do I engage? Who do I talk to? Number 2, adaptability. Make sure that you are adapting to any changes around you, especially with the new technology. Technology is going to, change each and every time. So make sure that as everything comes anew, make sure that you're on top of things. You're changing and you're flexible enough to make sure that you're adapting to what is happening in the current generation. So I think that is it. With the coming future, 2030 will encompass a lot of jobs that as now we are not trained for, we are not prepared for, but with adaptability, everything is going to be possible and is going to be easy to transition to. So that is all, listeners. It has been me, Ms. Sharon Kimeto, the new principal, Senior School.
Wow, what a way to sign off. But just to wrap it up, and I want to really appreciate the whole team that was behind the production. I want also to appreciate Ms. Sharon for creating time just to ensure that the conversation continues. For the learners who are at home celebrating the grade 9 and grade 6, just from finishing the exams and from having their graduation, and I'm happy. I know that you have enjoyed a lot. So even as we settle for the long holiday, ensure that you enjoy responsibly, ensure that you're following what Miss has talked about, ensure that you do a lot of ethical digital operations. Find yourself engaging with the gadgets, but in an ethical and responsible way. Until next time, my name is Sir Leonard, and adios. See you in the next episode.
Adios, muchachos.
Oh, muchachos.